The Dallas Cowboys left a lot of meat on the bone in Week 1, according to quarterback Dak Prescott, despite dismantling the Cleveland Browns with a stellar defensive performance. But what happened in Week 2 against the New Orleans Saints was a far cry from that dominance. The Cowboys were routed 44-19, with Alvin Kamara and Derek Carr running wild over the defense, leaving Prescott and the offense struggling to keep up. This marked Dallas' first regular season home loss since Week 1 of 2022, ending their 16-game win streak. The loss was worsened by the fact that Kamara, at 29, looked like his prime self, notching 4 touchdowns and reminding everyone why he remains one of the league's top playmakers. Kamara totaled 115 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns on the ground, while also contributing a 57-yard receiving TD, outpacing Dallas' defense with ease. Prescott reflected on the game, mentioning the pressure of trying to compensate for the defense's struggles. It's hard to say we were pressing. Your defense is struggling to stop a group, so you want to do your part and score touchdowns. Unfortunately for Dallas, that wasn't the case. While they moved the ball, the Cowboys repeatedly faltered in the red zone, leaving Brandon Aubrey to handle most of the scoring with 4 field goals. The team's lone touchdown came early in the game, a 65-yard strike to CeeDee Lamb. From there, though, the Cowboys' offensive woes only deepened, as Prescott threw 2 interceptions, one due to a stumble by Jalen Brooks and the other courtesy of Tyrann Mathieu's sharp defensive read. Despite maintaining time of possession for much of the game, the Cowboys couldn't match the Saints' explosiveness. Every time Dallas threatened to close the gap, the Saints quickly responded, whether it was Kamara breaking free or Carr exploiting gaps in the Cowboys' secondary. Prescott stressed the need for improvement in critical areas. We got better at third down this week, but now it's the red zone. The Cowboys' offense has now scored only 3 touchdowns in their first 2 games of the 2024 season, a concerning trend ahead of their Week 3 matchup against the reigning NFL MVP Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. Prescott emphasized that while the loss stings, the focus is on resetting and preparing for the next challenge. Meanwhile, Kamara's resurgence under new offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak has been key to the Saints' fast start. The team has piled up 91 points in just 2 games, a feat only 2 other teams have matched since 1970, the 1971 Cowboys and the 2009 Saints, both of which won the Super Bowl. Head coach Dennis Allen praised Kamara's form, saying, "I never felt like he was an aging running back. We're utilizing him in a way that allows him to be effective." Kamara's explosive performance underscored the problems facing the Cowboys' defense. After a strong Week 1, they were unprepared for the Saints' varied attack, and the absence of key defensive stops only compounded their issues. Carr, who passed for 243 yards and 2 touchdowns, credited Kubiak's play design for creating space for Kamara and other playmakers. "It's a lot in the system," Carr said, highlighting the efficiency of the new offensive scheme. Carr's one mistake, an interception in the fourth quarter, did little to affect the game's outcome, as the Cowboys couldn't capitalize on the opportunity. For Kamara, seeing Carr lead the offense so effectively was more rewarding than his own individual success. For him to come out and perform, it almost feels better for me seeing that than me getting the success. The Cowboys now find themselves facing a critical juncture early in the season. With an explosive Ravens team coming to town, the pressure is on Prescott and the defense to regroup and avoid a 3-game home losing streak. As Prescott put it, "We're not going undefeated. It's about getting back to it and finding a way to respond to put the best team on the field next week." As for the Saints, they've sent a strong message to the league with their hot start, making it clear that they're a force to be reckoned with. The question now is whether the Cowboys can right the ship before their season spirals out of control. Week 3 will provide the next chapter in this unfolding story.